All right. I just wish we would move on here and get off our dependence so that we can not be in this situation.
Jim, isn't that amazing, though?
Our
foreign policy is held hostage every day to our dependence on, or the fact that we aren't independent.
And we have innovators.
On fuel.
We have discovered so much oil in the last 2 years. We have discovered so much natural gas in the last 3 years. It seems to have no impact on Washington. Yes.
Well, and also, what about natural gas? Boone Pickens always.
Yeah, I mean,
absolutely no groundswell whatsoever in Congress to switch. Well, I think that the coal interests are very, very powerful. The utility interests, these are very much against it. The clean coal maneuver seems to have a great deal of environmentalists, and it has Obama.
What about the natural gas, though? Boone Pickens has talked about it a lot. It's cheap. It's plentiful. It's American. Why not go there?
Jim may be right. I don't know about the coal interest, but but the other way to look at it is it takes time. You can't simply take natural gas and put it into a coal-fired boiler. And this natural gas thing is a pretty recent phenomenon, the discovery of the so-called shale gas. And prices have come down, and markets will work. People will start switching to natural gas. It just takes time.
But we need the government incentives for the trucks. Trucks use 25% of the imported oil in our country. Also, this natural gas is not where we can use it. We need pipelines. But this would put a lot of people to work.
But let's just remember one important thing. Nothing we're going to do within any foreseeable period of time is going to change our dependence on Middle Eastern oil. That is a fact of life for the foreseeable future.
But what if we do two things? Two things that we can control. One is conserve. We can raise cafe standards, and I know there are a lot of problems with that.
Which we're doing.
But we can continue raising cafe standards, conserve. The second thing we can do, though, we have Boone Pickens on all the time talking about natural gas. This is a good example of how the federal government could step in. And like you said, if we just make the conversion for 18-wheelers, the numbers are staggering, Mike. How much oil we can stop from having to import to this country.
And I'd add a third thing. With all these terrific communication tools we now have today, with all these terrific, brilliant communicators we have on the national scene, why can't we convince the American public that with the increasing cost of oil, the increasing dependence on oil, we are actually paying people who are at war against us. We're paying for their war every time you fill up your tank.
And Mika, speaking of wars on the economic front, our economic war over the next century is going to be with China, and it's going to be a battle for supremacy. And guess what? The Chinese aren't sitting there wringing their hands going, should we invest in new energy resources? No, they are pounding us every day. They are getting ahead of the curve, and they want to control the next wave of energy technology. We have got to catch up.